Mm, 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 mm. Hey guys, Level 2 here. Morning. It's now 8:23 on the 15th of May 2019. This will be first live stream um that I'm actually doing trading. Alright, what I do have here is ES chart. If you looked at the video last night, you would have seen indicated where I wanted to sell. Had a working order set at 48. We got nearly 30 tick entry at value area high, dipped down, closed off our profits based on our analysis, and had two contracts sell at 28.48. What we're looking to do this morning is look to buy off the 20s, 21s minimum. Look to be patient, so you probably have a lagging contract here between 21s and one contract at 18s. So we had news last night from China, um, sales. We gonna have data coming out from core retail sales this morning. So we're gonna look at see if we can get an opportunity at 21s first. And we had China showing some really bad news. So let's go to our chart. So we can set up our trade. One at 21. You can buy one contract at 21. Working order. Looking for 1-to-1 trade. So we're using 7 points as stop and a 9 point take profit. So we're looking for a return to 28.30 if we do get fill on 21s. And we're gonna use our one contract. Lagging for a return to pre-news. So that is our setup we have set up here. All we have to do now is wait for news. Usually we go through our checklist on a morning. I have my checklist usually up on a morning, which is this. Most of the times I wake early. I probably might looking at what FD talking about this morning. Also monitor what's going on um news areas. So we have volume positions and stuff. Um, if you want to add an indicator, you can always have. All I have right now is the VWAP. You could use volume based, and you can use a cumulative delta. So you can see delta is short overnight, and looking for bounce to the upside. I don't usually use the dome on my live trade. I look for positions based on a lot of different factors. So you can see our trade is set up with our stop losses and take profits. Um, if anybody wants to pop in and chat, I think I would have chat on. So being a day trader, you have to be very more of a swing trader. Personally, I am more of a swing trader. I've been trading for past 8 years, 2 years on demo. 1 year, something I'm very interested in getting in with a couple of my guys. We more or less train together more than I do train them. So a couple of guys who showed some interest and I give them help on trading and stuff. Be looking at the micros. The micros looking very well. Spreads are tight. And so I'm drinking my morning coffee. So you can see zone we're looking at really here is value area low. Take a quick bounce to the upside. 28 to 30 should be your target. Uh, Looks like news isn't that well. We see a gap forming. So this is Forex Factory. You got retail sales looking under expectation. Yep, looking like we might have some bears coming into the market, pre-market and market open. To be very careful on where you're trading. So we'll hold our position at 21, looking for initial bounce. We have something we're looking at getting the market to push back to the upside as if we have traders sitting here. So the move we're looking for here would be have news coming out at 8:30. Could run down to 20. Quick pop back up. Yeah. Go to a 5 minute chart so you can clearly see what we're looking at. So we have yellow line, which is news. then we might see a second step from 30 to 32 back to the downside. So you can see I clearly defined in a kill zone. I have one of my guys in on live, so he been trading my live account right now. So you can see we have a small spike. We have up to 10,000 contracts on volume. If you want, you could always put in your dome, which is not really too much difficult thing to put in. M9, make sure you have the right contract so you can track the increase in volume. This isn't too clear, but we have you could use your bookmark program if you have a bookmark program. The, so yeah, looking at what volume looking like. So we expecting something like 1 or 5 minutes between 35,000 contracts traded on the market open. So you're looking for a spike at market open. So we are about an hour away from market open. So should have time to fill. Should have enough protection here on the trade and manually balance off this trade. So this is how you prep your trade. If you're trading live like we do, we look for certain things, which is we have a zone A of interest where we're looking to get triggered, what time we're looking to get triggered. So time is a big part of what we look for, and where we building our interest. This is a node here at 21, and you will see secondary node right here at 18th. So you have your clear chart. This is your analytical chart and your trigger chart. And we identify clearly when news came in. That so you could see we sold off right on the Chinese news, take a bounce back, test settlement overnight. came down. So we have a reasonably volatile market. This looks like the next second step down. So these where we're looking at 33 for a selling opportunity over 34 hours today. And we're looking for buying opportunities right at 21s and 18s. If we do fail, we know what our secondary is looking like, which is a one deviation. We wouldn't be too aggressive on the buy side, seeing what the news look like. So we just got filled on the 21 order. You can see PNL going up and down. Of course, it's a demo. So we're not using trailing stops on this trade because we're using a lagging entry. So if you're looking for your triggers, this is a classic reversal trigger here. So you have a bullish engulfing. So usually here, if we're looking for triggers, we look for triggers to enter the trade back after the bullish engulfing. Sometimes we go on the next 5 minute chart or based on time, look at volume and time entry. So the micros looking at a lot, like we have a lot of interest on the micros. I posted a link on yesterday's trade plan. They're interested in interview with Anthony Crudell and one of the guys from the CME group. I think he's probably the head of and so you can see volume popping right in this area here. Of course, this is not real data, and we have working order set up. On oil, you see, oil has been kind of wayward, coiling, recoiling. So if you're looking for a buy today, 75s should be a good area to buy. If you want to run tight stops, use 80 and stops beyond 60. Let's see if our brackets are set up on oil. Nope. So we have your bracket set up. Usually use 1.5 to 1 with minimum 20 point stop loss. If you're using singles or a double contract, we'll limit out on both. So if you're looking for a buy, 80s might be a good opportunities with a 20 point stop loss on your kill zone. Be careful of breaks. When it runs very hard. we coming off a decision point. Right, second order is filled now. Now we monitor the trade to see. As you can see, we have a lag in entry, so stops based on the volatility calculation. So be very careful if you enter and now you want to enter market open for the best opportunity, or just buy one at 18 and look for the upside. So we just engage a buy order on the live account. End of hour should be a good time to enter if you enter in live. We do 3 contracts with a different setup on the live account, but that would be a lot too high for most traders, for based on the account size that most retail traders have. The account size should be, if you're using more or less like a 50 to 1 leverage, you should be the 70 to 1. So if you have, multiply your buying power, divide your buying power by 70. So if you're taking 7 points at risk, you should be fine. Alright, so you're seeing we be bubbling at around this area of interest here. So if you're cautious and you're looking for your signal, wait for your triggers in the hour, or trigger in early at this point. So you can see we're looking for a value area low, 0.5 deviation. Once that built, got in here, right at value area, looking for the bounce back to the upside at 28 30s. So how we trade setup now is like this. So we take profit off at the 18s is 26 if we are correct. We could always push this up to 34 and manage live. Once we clear the first hurdle, we should be alright. If we get it through, we more or less reassess, look to monitor the market. They just now didn't quite hit 61s as yet. You can see you have a contango spot right in the 80 area here, which may be a good risk to reward area on oil. Um, Most likely we'll be concentrating on ES today. looking to see where the opportunities are. Um, Note, I use a lot of trailing stops on my swing trades because you don't really have a lot of time to manage like overnights and stuff. You have one guy who does exactly do monitoring for us. So managing it, we got out back at that was the last contract clocked out at 21 so on the sell side, so we got 48 to 22. So I think we said we take profit at. I have monitored it. That was one contract. And to leverage, the important thing is to make sure you have a break-even trade. So if you're trading multi-contracts, the way I set up my brackets as follows. So you use 7 points of stop. Try to get out with a half of it, well, nearly half of it trade on a 50% of our risk is plus uh, 2 ticks extra and trade off of that. You use 5-minute bars, you could use more or less ending tick bar, volume bar, range bars. So we delta is negative overnight. So we had 100% negative overnight. So for every trade you take, is always a risk 50-50 shot at either profiting from the trade or taking a loss. Look for your nodes, look for your exits. 25s might be acceptable for take profit on where you're looking to be, and to look at 30s to 32s for your exits and your secondaries. You could roll your stops up to a certain point where you have get an average exit roll at 13s right here below this node. If they do, I'll go after it. The average exit at 13s. The average entry was 19.5. This is not how, this is how we lag at trade. We don't lag trades. So that gives us a maximum risk of 6.5 points by 2 contracts. So we have a reasonable volume at 18 so far, at least from what we see in here. But mark will be just a little too difficult because of the resources we'll be pulling from the system. The stream man use bookmap on the system, so we have bookmap running in the background. I know a lot of guys don't like to engage the market in pre-market open. We engage the market post news a lot of the time once we have areas of interest. So every trade could be a winning trade or a losing trade. Let's see if FT is up. I hope I don't get a YouTube strike. Trading about is about preferences, how much risk it can manage. And how well they could handle pressure. The mental stress is a lot sometimes when you see big bars, a lot of volatility. It could send you mad. Haven't seen Elijah though in a couple of weeks since he stopped streaming. I need to email him to find out a couple stuff on basically how he's doing on in the prop firm and stuff. He's more or less an oil trader. So you can see 9 a.m. would be very important, which would be 30 minutes out. CL maybe bouncing at this point. Nope. We do have nothing pre-market, which is anything on the volume side or the delta side. Delta looks like we have a little bit of delta building, not much volume. You see a quick dip down to this 80. I'm very interested here on the open to see what the reaction look like. Then we might take a single contract trade, or for the open at 80 we targeting. Alright, Risk management, does we maintain risk management, don't look to have more than 4 contracts run at any one point in time with risk to rewards. We don't chase the market, we look for points to get in and get out. So you can see volume building a little bit on the ES side. We are rollovers coming this week, so be very careful. Alright, so crude oil should be open now. Use a trail and stop. Just stop on 61s. Haven't seen the volume build. I want to see as a breaker at 4,000 on Delta. Tapped out 61 so far. So we have bulls coming into the market here. You can see volume spiking. Delta is going to the upside. Looking for a return of to 6105 before we actually take this trade. Or wait till 9:30 before we engage this market. And best spot to be buying is this 80 area here, 80 to 90. So looking at this volume node right here. Right here you would see a volume node. You see in the market sentiment be holding to taking off risk. That is 97, 95. You know what, this market flip on us, so we gonna wait for the test of the view up. Look to see if we either break or press lock down to the downside. Let's monitor our ES. See right on VWAP, broke VWAP. You can see Delta built, positive on contracts now. Be patient. Right, so that's your opening range here. This is FT, so alright, the bulls are in charge. Let me see what the API data looks like on crude. So this is one of the resources I use is oilprice.com. So you want to be a bear today. We put in a large build and we already into a build, so we're looking for bearish positions at the news release at 10:30 AM on crude. Let the market do what it wants. Have a working order set. Right, so we're looking for bears to come into the market. So we're looking to buy 90s the first instance pre-news. So if we have bears coming in, if we lucky enough to get 6160, or we could use what we could call um, crude oil futures. Right, so this is one way of entering the market on crude oil futures. So we're looking for bearish action. Right. So we look at the smaller time frame versus the larger time frames. Remove all those marks. Right. So this is what we call a cipher pattern that I usually use for a shorter time frame. To use your high, low, reversion, extension. Right. So probably a perfect entry day. If you're looking for a 786 reversion. Right there, you see a node right here at the stop point. So if we see 6180s to 90s, it stops beyond 10s on the news release. So if we reach up to that level, we should be good. Upload this. Remember, we have rollover, so price action may be a little wonky. So I might be looking to set up a trade at 80s, 6180. Looking for a sell off for 6180 today. Stop above the last high. So I give my 30 points are just highly volatile trade you're looking at here. I return the market open. Talking about 2 to 1, so I put my 20s. So a single, I might enter live. Hit that down. Alright, forgot to close off my FD. We got break against us pre-market. More than likely might be taken out of this trade early. We have 8 minutes. Delta is dropping out. Got some beers in the market. 3 minutes a market open. Look for your initial open. So you have your opening range. So this would be an inflection point. Market is now open. Let's see what the action is on the open, what the volume look like, what the delta looks like. You can see the 21s and the 18s. We have contango, which is as to be expected. Just added one live contract at 16s. I think demo will hold two and wait for an opportunity if we see an opportunity. Be careful of breaks. Market is opening with delta and mixed, not quite bearish as yet. So how we scale out of a 3 contract in the market? If we have 16s and 18s buy, we scale out at 21s, look for a 5 point the first contract and manage the second contract. Trading is all about building ideas and trading, so trading offer those ideas. So you can have to be can allow yourself to be wrong a lot of times once you use proper money management and risk management. And hold your nerve and don't add contracts like crazy people. As we say, don't get nervous, trade what you see. Only trade your plan, plan your trade, trade the plan. Always remember that. Looking for them to take out overnight sells was the idea to the upside and see how this turns out. Probably looking to hit first targets at between around 10 a.m. If not, we would be under pressure to manage this trade. Let's see what oil is doing based on the open. Yeah, some buying pressure being built so far. So VWAP looks like it whole VWAP entry might be, if you're looking to be bullish this morning, VWAP entry might be an idea to trade off of. I wouldn't be trading there this morning. Have enough risk for the vibe on board. Looking for the break to the upside on the S&P. Oil may follow if it does break to the upside, or lead it. Whippy open, tight range on the ES. Looking for the momentum to be on the upside, breaks that 22s. It's our 25s. We'll be relaxed at that point and looking to just see what the market does once we get 25s. If you're on 18s, 22s would be your targets. Just got out of our live trade at 16 on the live account, one contract out, I have two running. Targets are similar to what we have here. We have the secondary, the 21 buys at 25 and looking to hold the 18s. You can see a momentum changing from the delta right on the open. It does a small bounce, come back, test 10,000, and cumulative delta is building to the upside as of now. Now, if you had six, if you entered market open 16, that's your position exit on your scalp. If you're trading more than one contract, you would have a 6 point or 7 point trade on. Got some tangles on 38. Oil is a different beast these days. When it runs, it runs. Sorry, I got the cold. Not looking to be too much of a bull this morning on oil. A lot of politics playing off. Almost at targets. This hammer right here is maybe in a way. So just be patient. Allow the trade to do what it required. So one of the reasons I hold my trade is Delta is showing positive so far this morning. Could always go against us. If it hits an over and bounce it back straight out against us because we in nodal value right here where you could see exactly at the OG node. Right. See what oil is doing with the reaction at that 61.15 area. Volume isn't that much this morning, which is kind of weird. Alright, that is your entry opportunity right there. If there's a patient trader, there is your entry opportunity right at 18s. Market is open. Entity. Market is open. have a return exactly the 18th. I'm looking for the pop to the upside. So it's based on your style of trading, how much risk you can handle. You can see why we looking at the 25, 26 area for first take profit area. This was news, gap down, small gap, but still, gap to the gap downside. Looking for power to play out to the upside back, and then deal with the consequences. Stops at the teens. Just need this hammer to be cleared, which is the news hammer right there, to be able to get out of one part of our trade. Being patient is one of the most key things. You lose the trade, now to reassess. Don't get nervous, trust your analysis. See something that you really don't like in the trade, which I didn't see. Anything that I don't like in this trade so far, I have positive delta on market open. Looking to buy the market back up to 30s, which is balance. Market does what it wants. Cannot control the market. Your one and two contracts on a mini does not affect the market. Make sure you enter at good positions, reasonable risk. Yeah, it's our first take profit. Hi, morning, AP. Now see your messages. Um, what I am doing is using this as a tool for guys who are interested. So, um, I don't charge people for teaching them what I do, how I do it. Just I look at the market. There are a couple of guys. Well, I'm out of country. There's a 14-day trial available. Just go to. I hope you're listening. Just go to Top Step and Top Step free trial, and they will allow you a 14-day trial. Free trial, all you have to use is sign up by email. They allow you 14 days to trial the platform. So this was demonstrate on my board, but once you do it, you just go on the sign up page. Sign up, they allow you to trade off, well, demo on their account. I use Ninja Trader as my trading platform, so this is why I have one computer associated with this alone, so you only see one monitor here. So anything I'm doing in the background that you're not supposed to see, excuse. But that is what I'm using for this purpose, building the office. Right next door, I might post up some pictures or a small vid, probably next week or the week after, showing progress on the office. About 60% completed, waiting for some couple trading computers that much more powerful than my desktop I'm using here. Actually, I have a guy. Yeah, what allows me to stream from today was one guy actually that I went through some lessons with him, and he understands exactly what I'm doing and my style of trading. So he's trading off my live account. He, he's been doing pretty well with learning my style of trading. So it's all about styles of trading and trading with proper risk management. Most important thing is risk management. So AP, I hope you answer question. I hope I answered your question. Um, you could just reply if you listened and understood on how my demo trial works. If you're in a combine with the listing is a bit different. Um, Found one or two. Oh yeah. So TopStep offers a reasonable risk to reward on more or less building leverage for the from what I've seen of them and reviews, haven't dealt directly with them. I don't represent them in any way or have any affiliation to them or offers anybody anything that is would advance me in any way. I think the trading system for a free demo is pretty good. So um, for it, most likely I might get a couple of guys. We still planning on having the office built by September. On our side, I'm out of country. I'm from the Caribbean, from a small country called Trinidad and Tobago. So you take that with a grain of salt on who you trust and who you don't trust. Actually, just started live streaming today. Actually, this is just for people who are interested in trading and looking for areas to buy and looking for a style of trading and wanted to learn and not don't have to pay for it because I paid for a lot of stuff. I used to be an E&I engineer, uh, specialized in instrumentation on those oil field platforms. Yeah, a lot in our country. Oil industry went boom in our country, so the boom to bust areas we don't like. Traded 37, been trading for the last 8 years on and off. Spent 2 years on demo before I saved up enough money to open my actual account. As I advise people, go on low leverage on any account that you open. don't look to make a lot of money from trading in your first year trading. Even any money in your first year trading, hide them out for 2 years and blow up two $10,000 accounts, which is the truth hurts, but that's trading for you. We just legged, well, we legged out on we 21s at 25, so we book some account. We have our best entry at 18s running. On my live account, we secondary just took profit at 25. So we have one contract waiting, looking for the 30s. 34 might be where we're looking for the exit the whole trade. Last night we got some news on the exactly on the 48th we were looking for the value area high. So this is the trading chart. This is not the trigger. This is more or less review chart where we look. This is investing.com. Normal email and stuff required. So you can see we 30s to 32s would be we take profits. You could go up as high as 34 if you're looking for the full return to maximize your profits. Alright guys, monitoring this as per usual. This is what we was looking for. Market open. If you go back on the live stream, I don't know if it recorded, and you could scroll back on the live stream and you could see my trade plan from last night where I wanted to sell the 48s before. So is a lot of I spend 60% of my time on analysis, 20% on execution, and 10% on review, and 10% on making sure that my books are fine before anything untoward happens to my account. On my live account, make sure and manage the one or two guys that working with me. So if you was looking at this morning, we were looking at 18s as a pinpoint entry. You would have gotten 18s as your pinpoint entry right here. Post market open, push to the upside, return, and then buy. So we bought right in the 18 areas. So we had first one contract, aggressive contract at 21s, pre-news, right on news, and bought the second contract at value area low, right on market open, just before market open. Sorry, bit aggressive. So hopefully you would have gotten in and out of a trade or in the trade. If you're trading multiple contracts, make sure you don't over leverage your account. Is something that we look at very specifically. Do not over leverage, manage your risk, make sure that you can handle losses. If you're looking at this is a daily checklist of what I have. So you can see I have a daily workflow and reminders. So I always reference this, look at my max drawdown. Well, it's similar to this, my actual from a live account that I have built and trading on it. I swing trade. I use self-made deviation levels and value areas, pointer controls, deltas and stuff to trigger me into and out of a trade. Look to maximize profit, minimize risk. So as we cleared our one, we see now we roll our stops to 4 points from 5 points, manually rolling stops this morning. A lot of ways to skin a cat, as we say. You can see we get entangled up right on the news hammer when the news came out, so the market could go anyway. I'm looking for extension, a reversion, sorry, back to the upside. So you could look at 28s to 34s according to how aggressive it is on the buy side, how much risk you leverage off already, and if you're in profit. So I trade something specific on how much I look to risk. Usually it's about 7 points these days. I look to go at wide stops and trail stops usually. So this morning you could see my manually trailing stops. The way you could set up your trade is I have a video on it. It's like this. So you have your stop loss at 7 points, take profits at different levels, manage and monitor your trade, and know exactly where you want to enter, exit a trade before. There it is. There's the 10 a.m. right on the 25. Timing is a big part of what I do and how I trade. Knowing what the news is, being aware. Market awareness is very important. Knowing your timing, so you would see on my chart I have certain lines here. So I'm just showing it on 5 minutes. Right, so you would see market opens at 6 p.m. closes at 4. So you have your market open and close. This is London open, London close. Any news event that may affect that. This is CPI news this morning, where your area of interest is. So this was built last night. You would see that on the video from last night. You see we just tapping around the node here, right on where the news came out. You can see the gap form, hammer down. You're looking for the break at this point to see if we have a lot of any bulls. I use bookmap in the background. Can't run it on this computer at the same time because I'm using one monitor and this is low on power, meaning memory. Don't have a lot of memory on this. Built my trading computer. Costs like about 2,000 US to build, self-built. My nephew, he's a computer technician, IT technician as he says. So you're looking for how you trade. Alright, there's a 10 a.m. flip. I have one contract running, so safe as yet. Looking to see if we got a return, enter a scalping trade. When you buy, adding risk and removing risk is very important. We can monitor oil as of now. Right, so you can see the pop going to the upside. I'm looking to sell pit close from yesterday, which is 61.80, based on my analysis on what news I have on it. Use oilprice.com to see what is in news. We wanted to buy 61, 60, 80s this morning on a node. We didn't get it. I post news this morning at 10:30, so you have 25 minutes if you want. Go to oilprice.com. This is a resource, so it have the API release, which is be released on Tuesday evenings. So you're seeing a build, so I looking to be bearish in the market, as we know. Whatever the market wants to do, it does. Um, if you're interested, if you look at Bill Nye, um, did something not into politics, but did something on our late show, late show with Stephen Colbert, which was very funny to me. Uh, Personally, I like to watch rocket launches and stuff, so I try to make time. A big supporter of SpaceX and what they're doing. Blue Origin not so much because I think Bezos wants to take over the world, but that's just my opinion. I am allowed to have an opinion, so don't bash me. So yeah, AP. So you're seeing the lines on them here, right? So you would see this is the entry plus one contract. So I mean I bought here one contract. If you look at the orders, you would have seen where my 21s got filled this morning. Alright, so you would see 21s and what time it filled. So bought the 21 at 8:40. This is coast time, I would assume, yeah. And then you would see the fill of the 18s at 8:45. and you would see where I place limit orders, pull limit orders, put place the limit order for the oil so far. This is where I sold last night at the 48. The trader engaged at, alright, this is where I replaced it with the 48. Sell two contracts, 9:46 p.m. So, hope that answers your question. So I'm looking for the 80 areas. Yesterday's pit close. You can look for as low as 70, but hold on to your nuts on oil, as we say. Mm, no APM. We don't use arrows or anything. That's from TradeStation. I think TradeStation does it also. My Live does account does it on my platform, which is NinjaTrader, which I use live. So, alright, so on this system, these were entries and exit here. So you see, this is my buy, this is my stop, this is my exit, my intentional exit. I had one, if you scroll back on the video, at 25s, one of the exits. That was the exit for the 21. Usually you could do them both ways according to how I run my system. Now it's 10 a.m. There's usually a flip in the market, and some pressure has become back into the market where you're seeing something. So we trade small, we trade smart. We don't look to trade, look for your positions to follow through. Look to exit half of your position early. So you would see this is how, if you're trading multiple contracts, use 7 point stop loss, 4 point take profit on the first one. You can see that normal stop, and the second stop is be trailing. I was not trailing this one, I'm manually trailing this. Uh, should come out in a little bit of profit if I do get stopped out here, because I move my trailing stop to 4 points, so we might either scratch break even or if we get stopped out. So the most important thing is trying to leverage a first contract for the break even and let the second contract run, which is should be a profitable contract. Have a win rate of more than 33% using certain certain ways and calculations of trading. I using 7%, 7 points as a stop loss. Very interested in getting into the micros. Hopefully I'll have it available by September on my end. Once we get into micros, we're able to leverage more contracts, less risk, total risk, because one of the micros will be 1/10, which is $5 instead of $50 per contract. Trading the open market, by the time I blow up the two $10,000 account, using my trading style and my leverage, I recalculated leveraging and how it is, because you do get burnt when you're now starting trading and over leveraging and stuff. So that is one of the lessons a lot of people have to learn, is over leverage accounts is not a good idea. Trying to go for home runs is not a good idea. Take small bites out of the market. Look to break even as soon as possible on your trading. Your style of trader may be different from mine. You may be a continuation trader. I more or less position trader, meaning looking for position and reversions most of the time from the norm. So you will see looking at deviations, values, pointer controls, deltas, POCs, and uh, a lot of stuff I'm looking at, but I try to keep it as simple when it comes to my trading platform. And using this as more or less a alert chat, and then you have where you want to trigger in and out of the market. So that is more or less how I trade. You can monitor a dome. This dome isn't particularly good because demo who I use in the background is bookmap. Bookmap is probably a very good tool to actually learn how to use and learning. Everyone uses bookmap a bit differently. I look for bookmap in areas of interest and looking at liquidity. Not really order flow as per se, but where the liquidity pools are. Can't pull it up on this system, it's on another system. So right now I'm in monitor mode, looking at what where we are by 10:30 a.m. here. News release on the oil. Um, Pull up my forex factory in Canada, as we could see this morning, where we had China news last night, and then we had core retail sales down on industrials also. So this is where we look at what we're looking at. They're looking for, so the forecast previous. So if you go to oil price, so they're looking at zero API reported yesterday. Build, so that's why I'm looking to be bearish. I might just enter one contract and look for the bears. So you could see what time it was yesterday. I think this is central time. Yeah, the API report came out. I know, like, well, done that. I don't trade high leverage on oil. Cost is way up. So trading oil is a particular skill that you need. I looking to be a bear at 61.80, which is a bit close. If the build does come, look at where this area here for a buying opportunity. I trade in the edges of the market. Nope, that's not what I want. Oh, come on. Remove that rectangle. So this is my 20-point kill zone here. Post news. If I do see a dip it in the area, me look to buy. Within that, I'm looking to sell the 18. You could see I do have a working order sitting there. Alright, so I expected reversion coming back there. Waiting for the oil news to build. Volume pop, volume pop. Waiting to see what it is or if the mood has changed. Something just happened in the market there. Alright, just filled on my 30s. Here comes your 34s. Boom. Got out at 33. My live trading account just does that. Might be a news event or somebody just tweeted or something. Glad I was on the right side. I traded this morning, made some profits. You can see a big volume build here coming up. I do have live news. I do have a news feed on here. I probably might be looking at news on what it is. So you can see what I was looking for this morning. 18s to 28s to 30s. Got all the trades filled. 34s should be right there. Here comes your 34s. Boom. And there it is. Out. So a profitable 2 contract trade this morning. Little bit of luck. A lot of analysis. Trade what you see. Alright. Um so we have this area here. Unless it's a news event or something that just happened, we just gonna test back set, monitor the market, look at entering the market. You can see I have my time delineation here. Look for a trading opportunity at 11:30, which is London close, which London closes at 11:35, which is 120 minutes. So we have another trade we're looking at getting into, which is our oil trade, and we'll see what happens based on oil. See anything coming across on news? As yes. Nope. So you can see we just hit set at 28.40, and we have some sellers in the market. Don't want to be scalping there at all, at all. So we're already in profit for the day. Sit, relax. Don't try to catch every opportunity. Catching every opportunity is bad for your health and your account. More importantly, your account. It could be bad for your health, but not your account. We just now pop straight off asset. 1 minute chat. I don't trade off a 1 minute chart. There's your volume pop. There's set. There's set. There's a reversion, short term reversion back to the downside. I am looking at the time right here. So we got exactly what we did. Alright, so the analysis was showing you're looking back pop. Most likely that. So we more than likely this is a news event. Or somebody tweets because nothing was listed in news. So we be patient, we'll be very patient today. Best opportunity to get into the market is if we see 44s at London close. If we do see a reversion, don't want to be on the bullish side too much right now. So this trade is complete. Successful trade. So you can see where I had my 0.5. If you looked at the video, move this, so you can see yesterday's value here low, so we did full value move last night to this morning. Got China news last night. If you look at last night videos, you would see that on the analysis on why I was looking to exit the trade. Now it's just time to sit on my hand, look at my oil potential oil trade. I don't want to be greedy in the market, so that's why I had my take profits at 30 and entries at 21s and 18s. So just having a proper read on the market, managing risk, looking for the market to follow the plan. If the plan is not there, you're in trouble. Plan the trade, trade the plan. Just keep repeating it to yourself. So I'm looking for nothing right now on slash ES. Potential area of interest would be that 44, 45 area right to the base of this. If you see 46 and you see secondary hammer candle coming in at 11:30, which is London close. As I said, timing is a lot important. I don't wait for the move to happen. I'm aggressive. I put in working orders at my levels and then manage. So being patient right now. I'm looking to be not following the trade or chasing the market. So what you have listed here, this is a 5-minute chart. I'm bringing it down to 50 minutes. So this is what I'll be looking at on an overview of how traded. So yesterday I was looking for value area high, term move value area low, got all of it in my live account, exit back at set, exit at 31s, 32s on the node, and look for the follow throughs. Trading 3 contracts on a live account is very tough because there's a lot of money at stake for me, because I'm out of country. My exchange rate is like 7 to 1, which is 7 of my dollars is 1 US dollar, which is ridiculous. So my risk on my end is a lot more than you guys accustomed to handling when it comes to currency exchange rates and stuff. So it's all about building a trade plan, executing the trade plan, trading well, trading smart, learning to manage the psychology of trading. So we 9 minutes out from oil news, looking at where we nodes are, looking at what we looking for. I'm gonna change back to my 5 minutes. I don't ever trade off a 1 minute chart, ever. So you have cumulative delta is building on oil just for the while. So I'm looking to sell 61.80 this morning. We'll be looking to buy 60.40s to 50s. So yeah, if you have your 20-point range, look for a 25-point risk. Look for 20-point to 25-point risk, 1.5 to 1 reward. Alright, so I have a 40-point risk based on my analysis. So that's $400 single contract. Looking for 1.5 to 1 trade. If I do see a return to 21 on the ES, I may enter a buy. So looking at London close, if I see 21s, so my range is buy 21s, sell 44s. Do not engage in market prior to or based on timing on what you're looking at in timing on the ES. So more importantly, now we're looking at the oil trade. This dome is really not important to me, so I'll just remove this. Right. So I trade more of price and analysis than anything else. Trading is a job, so trading is not a game. Ever will be a game. Anytime you're treating trading as a game, or if you're on demo for a long period of time, I advise people not to spend a lot of time on demo. Look to always trade off, especially with the micros. So if you have like about $1,400 and you have access to micros, that should be enough to trade 2 contracts with 7-point stop losses. And so what I'm looking to do is sell 61.80, so buy 60, 40 to 50. So I just sit with a contract right here at 50, so I'll be able to move it. And it's a limit order with a 20-point stop loss. So my brackets are in. Building brackets are reasonably easy on this platform. So these are bracket orders. Dum, 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 dum. So you see how my kill zone built right here. Got the 48s last night, looking at 45s, 44s this morning. Build that. Monitor what my timing look like and trade off it. Expecting the market to close in around the 30 to 33 range today. So looking for my best opportunities to buy or sell the market. Um, Yesterday's close would be one of the hurdles that I had to pass. No, it'll be 4 minutes out. If you do get a break on oil, we run single contracts on oil for the while. It sucks. Costs a lot. It does cost a lot here. So what you guys get for approximately 25 to 30 US, I usually have to pay something like $80. So uh, running a 30 meg on this connection. I run 100 meg on my trading connection, so I have two separate modems because I'm building the office at this point in time. So transferring the connection modem to that. Just this system can't handle streaming, bookmap, trading, opening windows, closing windows. It wouldn't be able to take it. It might overheat and blow up. Have the next one more system in boxes right now, waiting for the office to be built. Sitting and being patient is not too difficult now. Not want to chase trades. Chasing trades is not good, ever not good. Sometimes I do find myself chasing trades like anybody else. Dum 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 dum. What is the S doing? Yes, is doesn't. Be patient with that. So I look to enter trade between 11 and 12 o'clock in situations like this. 11:35 is a very opportune time. That is London close. So just monitor my oil. Doesn't really matter once you yeah, I don't change. I don't like to chase trades, especially like on news events like today on oil reports. Chasing the news is not a good idea in my opinion. Reason I chose 61.80 today. The eyes a bit close. Looking for the punch up to the pit close as traders react or dip to the downside and a quick response back to the upside. On yeah, news usually it's whippy, a lot whippy, so be very careful how you enter in trades. If you're entering trades live, use trailing stops. if you're entering live, because oil pushes and pushes very hard in low volume situations, because usually you have contracts being pulled and put in within milliseconds with the high frequency traders trading. So you can see news got released. Here comes what is called the whipsaw. Alright, so let's see what the number actually is. Yep, we have a build. They was expecting 0, the build came true. Build wasn't as big as expected, so be careful on what you're trading, how you're trading it. So let's see the initial reaction of the market, testing those 40s. Give the market some time to breathe. If we don't get an entry, we don't get an entry on the trade. Trade where you think position is. So actually see a 5.4 on the build. API report that yesterday before EIA report, the build was 8.6. Sometimes it is on the detail of what it is, like so you can see a lot of information here. If you're a oil trader, you should have a site like this to reference. So you can see there's a bill, but the market goes up as per normal. Right, so we are approaching 43s to 44s. Sitting, buying every time, looking, trade. I'll put in one contract here. Alright, so this is what you call risk management now. So your high was 53s. I'm using a 7-point stop loss. So I look for a bearish signal right between 46 to 48, which is the test. So looking for a bearish bar or a timed entry at 11:30. How is our delta looking? Right, the open interest just dropped. A lot. So we have sellers come back into the market. So you can see here delta just shifted. A big bar to the upside. Delta dropped off. So I mean you have more sellers in the market. So possible reversions may be coming. We are approaching re-entry. See if we could actually get entered into this trade. Manually looking for triggers today. Right, we tested the 60s. The market time to breathe. Only enter the market where you're looking at. So if you're aggressive, 70 might be an aggressive entry. 80 to 90 is optimum entry, with stops above 40-point stops. In this case, because I'm entering at 30, I want to be at least 10 points above in case of whipsaw. I can actually manage in and out of the trade. Is a single contract I'm trading. So you can see we popped off. Right off we up, going to the upside. Right, so I have evidence here that It's now 10:34. Wait a bit before I see this trigger to sell. Timing a trade is very difficult. Position and timing you have to come by. I have my working order set on um, oil, so not too worried about where the entry point is or where the market is doing right now. Nope, don't want to be involved as yet. Delta is on the up. We see a clear sign. You could see a sign of rejection right here at the 60s. Do give it some time. There's an initial swing, more than likely a hit, return, bounce, return up the 32s area, bounce back to the upside, and then come down. In my opinion, if you want to be aggressive, 60 a single, or just put you a little bit outside your risk management, my risk management stuff. So we wanted to be IBA. It's just where you want to be IBA. So when it comes to the headline oil numbers, usually is more into the details of like how much gas bills. So things says if the market is reacting whipsaw a lot of high frequency guys coming right on market news identity. After then you would see volume spike. Then you would see everybody pull their volume because they made their scalp the high frequency guys in and out. Then you would see position guys coming in into the market. See we struggling at the 42 area, which is right above set. So what we're looking for as an opportunity level is 48s. We may enter at 45s. Stops right above here. Might be jumping in a 2 contract trade at 45s. Right, so we may enter a trade here at 11. Just take a finger, stay in broad and manage through. Five-minute doji. Be patient, wait till the end of the hour. Volume is on the low side. So we just tested overnight PLC 38 5 or 46. Now this one point will be very important to me. I'm watching the price action in the market. Here's your aggressive entry at 75s. You can see why. Struggling there. Alright. Be very, very, very patient. Hmm. World of Tanks. I'm a World of Tanks guy, so I play Blitz. So my delta is building to the positive side, which is good. I want to see some positive delta this morning on oil. Alright, 42, 70. Just waiting. See if I get my entries. Haven't seen any bearish price action as yet. Right. Looking to aggressively enter at 75. Within my range of entry. Have one contract running. So I'll have one live trade on. And you can actually see the reason I have 75 as my entry. Just entered at 70s on live account. Looking for the opportune time would be 11 a.m. to enter that trade. So there's our 44s. Looking at my 11:30 entry. Oh, come on, Phil. Piss poor. When it does get filled, I'm gonna might see a breakout to the 75. See news come across. 15 minutes too late. So Doji, first time fulfilled. Struggling at 75s. Looking for the retest for my shorten opportunity. If you want to enter, that's your live entry right there at 70. Sell one live. Adjust. Secondary entry at 80. This is my trigger right here. Oh, that is 67. I got into it. Thought I got in at 70. Market moved very quickly, so it's a one contract, entered at 67, one contract at 80. Put my stops above 90. Right, I have my working order set at 48, 47s. Alright, 80 just got filled there. Looking for bearish signs for end of hour. If not, secondaries, well, primaries was scalp trade at too much points on the inside. Now looking for a return to the top. Most likely place is 45s. You do get a return, back to the outside, limited risk on the offer side. I trade mainly ES. Uh, Trading oil is a best in my opinion at some point. So if we do get a break right here at the end of our looking at 11 to 11:30 for this entry. Don't add a lot of risk if you're trading singles. Trade singles if you're trading doubles. It's easier to manage but a lot more risk. I'll put one to settle. Two contracts at 48. So it's managing your aggression on how you want to trade. I trade in the ES on exactly specific levels because of how much one contract by one tick is worth. So what you want to do here now, if you're trading live, kill zone, top of kill zone, entry at 11 to 11:30. And may get stopped out on the primary on oil just before market closes in London. The idea was built on primary entry was built here. We know what would have been at 80s. Lesson learned. Well, be patient. Being patient and not being in a trade sometimes, sitting on your hands is better than missing a trade. I mean, getting into a trade at a bad position. We got 9 minutes to the end of our. Let's see what the market does. Yeah, we should be able to maybe getting stopped out on primary entry, which I triggered 2 milliseconds, so 2 seconds too late. Because I was looking at 72s, I got 67s. Almost there, almost. Start to remove arrows so I have less stuff to look at. Where's my node? No, I'll be back in a couple minutes, guys. Don't know if my audio back on. Luis, what's up, man? Uh, I hope things going well. You traded micros? Very well. Do I have access data yet here? No fill, no fill, no fill. Damn. I got stopped on the 30 tick, 30 tick. As Lewis might know, it's a normal occasion with me getting stopped out 30 tick on small entries. Live and learn. Being aggressive is not a good thing. Pick your point, entire trade. And did not get filled. Why? Unfair. As Lewis know, I rant a lot. It's unfair. It's unfair. It's unfair. Will not be too salty about it though. I just London. We're gonna close in 30 minutes. What was the high, dude? Was looking for 48s. Huh? The high was 47.75 so far. So no entry. Would have been in and out to detect if I did get my 40. Alright. Now we can change this to we'll wait till 11:30. Close off this working order, put back one working order at 48, and I will have a live order to play with at 46. Unfair. I says it's unfair. Sometimes the world is unfair. Lewis has experience with me missing entries. Haven't seen Elijah Lewis. Was supposed to email him to find out some stuff, but haven't gotten the chance. Still working on the on it. So what's up with you? Mike is working out. Got a sweet buy off the 18 this morning. Took minimum amount of pressure on it. Hopefully that's not for me. Looking to take small bites off of the market these days. Highly volatile. Highly volatile. Had a very profitable trade last night, Lewis. And yes, I sold the 48s yesterday. I was looking for the 48s this morning. Doesn't want to agree with me by 0.25 ticks. My mom always has visitors. Always. So hopefully they don't bother me. Need a soundproof this room. Yep. Um, you know my opinion about NQ. Oh yes, I have visitors. I need to go and see about some stuff. Leave the stream running. Alright, guys, I hope more you're back on. It's my eh, eh, don't really need people, Louis. If you're interested, you're fine, man. Damn it, missed. Both by 0.25 points. Box. 45.75. Wanted my primary entry to be 46. It's now 11 more 4, so not too worried. May get screwed over on this entry, have my oil running. Oil looks tense, waiting for my 11:30. Got stopped out on the first contract. 6180 was bit close, so that was my area interest. One contract running on it. Sad. What you could do? On the live account, guy entered one contract fill 45s. So when you see a walk across there, had some relatives, well, sister and one of our friends came across. So they visited my mom. And there's your 40 note, so decision time. If the BIs want to have it, this is just a normal London close for me. Guys closing out there, guys. Short term guys closing out the positions. So you can see just miss value area high by a tick, one tick. Bar looks very small, but there's a 15-minute bar. Show you how high volatility is these days. It was a strong move this morning to the upside. Caught part of it. Settlement will be a decision point. Let me see exactly what settlement was. Um, need X. So need X exactly give you a balance on what the close is. So that is why. Oh, I don't want for that. I could actually see it from deviation, and I have a funny feeling that my deviation level was exactly on, as in deviation value was exactly on point. It closed at 39.32. I didn't have even check if how many people view it and whatever. Uh, just doing it to be streaming makes me a lot more accountable. I think I would need my trusty old fan, which we live in the Caribbean, so don't love too much AC. AC is a pain in the ass. I heard it had snow in New Hampshire yesterday. Now it's me snowing in North America. What the hell? No such thing as climate change. We know. Dum 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 dum. If we do hit 58 today, that is our automatic sell. Well, 57s for me. Highly unlikely though, but it would be our automatic sell. It would be a 1.1 deviation move based on my analysis. What is Screw doing? Come on. This is being unfair. Why you make a new high before London close? Well, this for unfair. We have Delta still building. Alpha building stocks. Why? Breaks at 62, I am screwed. Hopefully I don't get screwed over by the move. That this is support at value area. I'm saying at the close from yesterday. I'm punching the upside, so let me see initial trade would have made me profitable. I hold my position for the retest. So Louis, you still there? Um, what you actually been trading? Corn? You're a corn guy. Got 15 minutes again. Catch. Yeah, yeah, I see pictures out. Install part of sealant for one of my sisters. So the next one asking me if I can come and do some stuff. So that I go and fix part of our roof. They like to take advantage of when I got time, and I got time. So, oh, she has sent no pictures for you, girl. No, I um the light color in from the same store we gonna buy it. Yeah. Alright, how to enter this trade? If I go in at 45s, I would need to set my secondaries at 49s. Wait for me 11:30 to enter. Just fill one contract, please. So I could adjust my secondary entries to 49. Come on, Phil, Phil. Alright, jumping at 45s. Alright, we got one cell active at 45. Secondary is waiting at. So playing the band. So looking for extended targets to the lower side of the range, which is 35. Trigger in the trade because bearish action is back return from the return, looking for the down move. Alright, I just can cut off the stream, well, not the stream, the audio for a second. Ooh, Jaden Barnes, Lewis. Jaden Barnes. Think I got screwed on my oil. Impatience, impatience, impatience. Live account isn't doing that bad today. In your zone of interest here, so look for your primaries. Yeah. When we going to close? London. London will be closing in the next 15 minutes. So, it's decision time. If you want to be short in the market or if you want to be long, make sure you watch your risk management. In the market, perfect entries is 48s. So we'll look back, trade very tight on this range. Looking for the test of the highs. May enter one contract at 62s on London close. In the next 15 minutes, have enough bullets to expend. Where are we sitting? Just broke out of the 62 flats. How do you build a situation? Mm-hmm. Yes. Just retest the high. This is what missing by one tick exactly cause. Make sure I have proper reason for entry. And there goes my wave. Yep. Which is very odd. Very, very odd. Secondary entry is at 62 T. Is a building oil and oil price increasing. Weird. Very, very weird. Secondaries on ES filled. Possible breakout. Is that London close sweep? Yep, looks like. Be very careful. Wait for your entries at 11:30. Set my entry here. 20 point stop loss. 30.8 profit. What is the volume on that push? Delta just went positive. Paid for missing the entry right here. This is a very big push. We're gonna get stopped out on the primary. Too aggressive. Not aggressive enough. Broke out against us. Got screwed. That's straight in, guys. If I got 48 fills, I would have been filled on my take profit side. One contract. So that's like about a $500 turn. I need to survive the next 5 minutes. So what is it that propelling this market up? Is my question. Got stopped out on primary, on ES. Bit the bullet. Right, 11:30 entered. 62:30. A possible test of high. So we got stopped out right here. Broken out. Didn't get filled on our entry, which we know we'd get 7 points off. We got stopped out of this trade. would be very not nice for trading balance today. Trading stop this. There's a London close, sell market. Add one contract. Close one. 62.15s, 12s. Use the extension. Wait for the nodal value. This will become my take profit now. Too much aggression, 11:30 trade is in progress. On both. Timed entries, guys. Survivability does be a lot higher if you enter based on your time entries, price and time. You see trailing stop rolling. Yeah, Lewis, looking like our risk on move from this morning. You open risk on, traded risk on. I'm just looking for my London close to activate to see if they are really bears or bulls in the market. If you're trading oil, that was your entry there. DTT. High potential trade. Very high potential trade. So what NQ looking like this morning? I haven't looked at even NQ for a while. Chat. Wow, that's a strong move. Very strong move. Yep, you know, possible reversion right there. If you're looking at the NQs, that number to put your entries at 10s, secondary entries at 20s. If you get 20s, grab it up. That's a nodal value. 10s is a reasonable value area to trade off London close. I'd really monitor NQ. We're gonna breakout situation on the ES. Hopefully is not too much news. Getting tied up on the oil. There's a disturbance in the force. I said 58 is my sell point. Major sell point to contract sell point, which is boom boom, no scratch. Missing a trade. That is 2 entries missed right there by ticks, 1 ticks each. So we look, that's the high right there. Ping. So the market took back the whole dip, which wasn't too bad if you're looking at being a permable or looking at long times. This is why I'm looking at trading the 58s. See that node, particular nodes right there. if I do see 50, I don't mind getting stopped out at 55s. But that would be a two contract trade. Hopefully I'll be able to leg out of one of the oil, which will make me safe. And chill until I get stopped out, looking for the 6180s close at the close of the day. London is now closed. So you can see London is closed. Oop, wrong thing. London is now closed. We have 4 hours in New York. See where the trade goes. Oh, come on, 12. Alright, 12s are filled. Trailing is on. I have 9 points of risk on the trade, looking for 6180. I return to 6180, which was yesterday's close. I don't like they may be stopped out if the 62 is sold. Adding a second contract on for the London close trade. So it will give me a lot more leeway to be profitable. Look, the scratch the 48s. I will be on break even on the secondary on oil. Volume gonna go down. We see a flip on the delta. See if the flip continues. If we do get stopped, we made a little bit of profit, which will help us balance out oil today. Took 2 losses, so let's manage through. Could be aggressive and sell a return to the 6130 again, because we already made profit on the primary. This is the particular point that we trading on the analysis. If I look at value here, probably it is. I went for the whole number instead of the 57 for value area high. It's all about building areas and trading off it. So I know a lot of people don't like having multiple entries on a trade. Just my style of trading. There's not trading. You build your zone, you trade on what you see. If your trade fails, you accept your loss, reassess, take a walk. Oh, this is the 48 entry. So it's up to be at 47 to have a 1 point profit. My bad. I apologize. Next move will be very important. Because 48 is your value, your high. So you can either see a test of the 48s to 47s and then a pop back to the upside to give you a deviation level 58, which is nodal and everything else. Dum, 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 dum. Here comes the oil flipping out right at 62 areas. So we expected a partial hold there. We're looking for the follow through. I'm unboxing on YouTube. Post something for those guys. World of Tanks. Top step. Whatever. Yes, going to give me a screwy situation here. Don't like it. When you have low volume, it's a very high risk situation. Still a profit for the day, so acceptable. Looking for this break of 62. If I do get stopped out on the oil with the market today. Rotation to the downside isn't that heavy as yet. You can see why you're stopping on that point right here. Node. Three SATA node. Important one here is 60. Very important node to me is 60. Now if you want to look at where's your entries on a time basis, oh damn. On time base, right? You can see why we're looking at that 30. Pew pew. Hey, talking about that, I need to play my World of Tanks, so I'll be taking a break at 12. Let the trade run. Probably I won't be able to leave the stream running. I'll play my video games off of this computer. So I'm looking for the break of the 62, sorry. Slash yes. Looking at timing on a 5 minute basis. PSL. The high. Fine margins. That is your area of interest right there at 52s. We got in live just now at 51s on the live account. Come on, break it.